Never thought I'd live in Laguna Woods. Never thought of moving into the old folks' hood. My friends all laughed, told me it'd be a bummer. But now I'm living in an endless summer. Yeah, these are the tales from Laguna Woods. I'm telling tales from Laguna Woods. Yeah, life in Laguna Woods. I'm telling tales from Laguna Woods.
Hello, I'm Cheryl Stritch. I'm co-writer and director of Tales from the Woods. I also play Annie, who's Jackie's nemesis. Tales from the Woods is in its 4th season. As a cast and crew, we've had our share of camera situations, starting off-camera situations, starting in the 1st season when our main character, Jackie, Karen in real life, fell at the 19 restaurant, shattering her kneecap and breaking her shoulder. At the same time, I was recovering from foot surgery. Both of us were in casts, so the crew had to shoot our scenes creatively. We even had a scene in Karen's bed because at that time she was relatively bedridden. We've dealt with episodes revolving around various clubs and programs, the Yacht Club, the Rainbow Club, pickleball, spin, art, yoga, mahjong, just to name a few. And spoiler alert, in our December episode, we'll be involved with the Chicago Club and the Scrabble Club. You probably bump into our actors as they go about in the village. If you do, be sure to say hello. Now, here's Sharon Rosen, also known as Morgana, who's my co-writer, and she wants to say a few words.
Just what a thrill it's been to be on this 4-year crazy ride. And when we took over writing, we thought, oh my God, what are we going to do? The original creator, my very talented cousin, Terry Louise Fisher, she started the show off. She gave us a really good start, and then she decided to do other stuff, so we took it over. And boy, it's been crazy and fun, and I'm really excited that we are still getting to do this and that people in the village are enjoying it. So let's see what everybody's up to here.
Okay. Well, we have several key performers here today. 4 of our main characters are here, along with 2 people who come on every so often to add a little spice to our show. So we're going to go around the room, around the Zoom boxes, and they're going to introduce themselves and they'll tell you a little bit about themselves and give you any pertinent facts that they want to share with you. So why don't we start with Sandy O'Connor, who plays Bobby?
Yes, I'm Sandy O'Connor. I play Bobby, as Cheryl just mentioned. This has been a really fun ride. I think I started probably 3 seasons ago because we did some auditions, and that was how I got in. And I can tell you that it's been really fun and different. I mean, this is a soap opera, right? The other things I did were on stage, which were also fun. But one of the best parts of it has been the camaraderie we've had. And before we shoot, we talk and laugh. And after, we also talk and laugh because there's usually something we have to fix or change. But that's part of the interesting part of this whole thing. And then also the fact that we can do location shoots. We've had some very wonderful challenges with that. Cheryl had to get a truck to stop his engine because we were shooting at this travel agency and it was obviously interrupting. So we've had some other interesting changes with that. But it's all been part of the fun of it. And it's actually been real life because that's what happens. And in my character, it's so much of what is written, I never have asked the writers if they knew it or if they just pretended to know it, because in many respects, it's following my own life. And it's been great fun.
Oh, great. All right, let's move on to Mary. Thanks, Sandy. Let's move on to Mary Zolli.
Hi, everybody. Well, ever since I've come to the village, I've gotten to be an actress, and this show is a blast. It's taught me so much that I could apply my other knowledge to. I guess what I'm trying to say is most of the people that you see on this show today we have all acted together on the stage in Clubhouse 3 in so many productions. So we already had a feeling of, you know, who that person is and how we connect together. And then so when this TV show started, I don't know, I guess TV acting is different, and we really didn't have instruction on that. But we've learned as we've gone, and it's very exciting every month to have a new script, to know that I can count on it, to open it up, see what Lauren's going to do this time. And it's just adding a very, very meaningful life experience. Feeling a part of a production is very powerful. If you have never acted, I suggest you join one of the clubs and become a part of it, because you will have a lot of fun.
All right, thanks. Oh, by the way, Mary, where are you from originally?
I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky.
And Sandy, where are you from originally?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, and let's move on to Karen. Before I forget, where are you from?
I'm from a little village called Rochester, Wisconsin.
All right, let me tell. Karen plays Jackie, and Jackie, why don't you tell us a little bit about Karen? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, growing up, I had many blossoming experiences, I guess you could call them, and not ever having played on television, I did audition for several shows when I lived in Hollywood, which was fun. But I mean, this show is, we all know our characters so well. And when we open the script and we start to read, it's like we know who we are. So we kind of just fall into that part naturally. And it's been so much fun, learning and growing and becoming a part of the village that we are not even aware of, because everywhere I go, people stop me and say, I know you, you're on that TV show. So it's been really exciting, and I'm enjoying it.
Karen, do you want to tell a little story, the scenario of when you met somebody in a very unexpected place at Saddleback Hospital?
Yes. I actually suffered a stroke in May, and I didn't know what was going on around me, but I ended up in the hospital, and this man walks past my room, and then he backtracks and he walking backwards, and he says, I know you. You're on that show. You're the chef, right? I said, yes, I am. So he introduced himself, and he is now a member of the Old Pros, and he's doing quite a few things with the Old Pros. He's quite an actor, is what I understand, and he's very, very much involved, and he's a lot of fun to work with. So he's going to be my next dance partner, I guess.
That's right. He's already been on one
Tales from the
episode.
Woods.
Yeah, he's already been on one episode. Cheryl, where are you from, and how do you feel about your character?
Oh, well, I was going to go last, but okay. I play Annie, and I'm originally from New York. However, I've been in California many years, and although I didn't write the original scene and the scene between Jackie and Annie, who's Jackie's nemesis, it sort of followed my life, which was kind of interesting. So I play a character that I don't know, that's dear to my heart. In the way I
And what is
play.
your what is the nickname that everyone calls you, dear?
Which I hate. The horror from Gate 4. My real life was Jackie's character, by the way. And Sharon, why don't you put on your other hat as Morgana?
Oh, okay. Well, Morgana is a little crazier than I am, but not much. And she's a free spirit, which is really fun to play. And she sings, I sing, that it makes it easier. And she's had quite an interesting life before her coming to the woods, as well as since her coming to the woods. She's a seeker. So she's always looking for the next thing that will open up her life and make things more interesting or make things more fun. She is a great supporter of all the other women, although they don't always get each other. But she is a great supporter of everybody else's adventures or taking chances or whatever they do. She's a lot of fun to write. And I have her say things that I think, but I would never say.
Okay, thank you. Evelyn, do you remember your character's name?
I believe, hi, I'm Evelyn Hoffman. I was born in Paris, France, quite far from here. And yes, I played Adelaide, I believe, who is a very curious, caring neighbor worried about her neighbor's gardener visiting too often and staying too long and disappearing behind the house. And anyway, I'm calling my friend, I forgot her name now. Mary Zolly, who plays
Laura.
Laura. I call Laura and try to get her because she's kind of playing detective a lot to find out what's going on. And I enjoy coming on every once in a while and helping out. It's a fun group. It's a lot of fun. I've been here a long time and I've done a lot of productions here.
We love having you, Evie. And now we're going to move on to Debbie Dodson, who we found when we had a cooking contest. She was our first prize winner with her appetizer. Here, go ahead, Debbie.
Well, my character's name is Debbie. I don't have a special character name because we didn't know that I would get this far. So I'm originally from Michigan. I moved to LA in 1988. And in the early 90s, I was involved in a medical, I worked at a medical clinic and we were involved in some film productions. And I was in a little film called White Men Can't Jump. And that got the acting bug into me. And I was a background actress quite a bit. And I also was on Supermarket Sweep, the original. And my partner and I, we won the whole $5,000, which was super fun. But then I went back to the real world and stayed there until I saw this little cooking contest. And I thought, oh, this sounds like fun. I like that show. I watch it. They make me laugh. They look like somebody I'd want to be friends with. So I won the cooking contest. And then I was on the first episode playing against Jackie, and Jackie she didn't really like me too much. And so now I'm sort of her publicity person, and I'm just a pushier version of myself. And I love being on this show, and I have enjoyed meeting everybody, getting to know them. And now Cheryl and I work on another show together.
That's right. It's called, I'll put in a little plug. It's called Pop Tech, and it's on twice a week on Channel 6.
Yep.
I have to say that two of my favorite scenes, I have two favorite scenes that we've shot. Actually, one involved Debbie and Karen, and that was shooting them when they were driving a golf cart, because it was the funniest thing. They were supposed to be arguing, but in real life, they really were arguing. They were really having a tough time in that golf cart, and we got it all. And my favorite scene of all was when everybody, during the pandemic, we had been shooting everything via Zoom, but I had the brilliant idea of doing it at my spin class. So that was an outdoor scene, and that was so brilliant, having all the actors come and go on the bikes and listening to them. It's cold, it's windy, I can't get up on the bike, it's too tall for me. and watching them struggle, it was just so great to watch. I don't know how you guys felt it. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but every time I see it, I just love it.
Thanks a lot. I just have to say, are we the only ones who were actually born in California? We are.
Well, I guess so. And I almost forgot Mark Hochberg, whose character has been transformational in the series. Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a native of LA, as Sharon said. Most of my adult life, I lived in the San Gabriel Valley, Alhambra primarily. And I played piano since I was 5 years old. And when I moved to Laguna Woods in 2013, then early on, I was in another acting class. It was a scene class with Noreen. Well, you know Noreen. And I did a scene of on Golden Pond. And that was a lot of fun. It's creative. I'm a creative person, and I don't do a lot of acting, but it's a good outlet for me. I can express myself in other ways besides playing the piano. And when we started the soap opera, Sharon wrote the theme song, and if you listen to it, I'm the one playing the piano, being da 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 da.
But your character has changed a bit.
The character's
but not
changed.
much.
Well, I think that, I don't know where you got the name Nelson from.
That was Terry.
That was Terry.
Yeah, Nelson sort of mimics a little bit about me. I have an idea that he's a little goofy, a little eccentric.
A little tightly wound.
Tightly wound, all right, well, if you say so. He was in the insurance business for about 40 years. And I've seen since that first scene that I was very uptight about discussing certain things. If you see the scene, you'll know what it's about.
Way back from the first season.
Yeah. It looks like the character's grown because now I'm playing the piano. I've got a brother on the show, which I didn't know I had. I do have a real brother. And it seems like I'm getting more outgoing on the show. They want me to do more things. I have a potential interest in Morgana, it seems like, although that hasn't been written yet. So I don't,
that may not happen.
I don't know, but I was
I didn't know that.
No, I wasn't planning on that.
I was unhappy that somebody else got the singing job, I guess, as it looks like in the script. But so that's it. What else do you want to know, Miss Stritch?
Well, I'm really happy. In the beginning, he had to hide Mark because he was playing Nelson, and we needed him. There was one episode where we had a band, and Mark had to play in the band, but we couldn't show his face, so he had to wear a
we
wig.
disguised him.
A long wig.
We disguised him. So now I'm really happy that Mark can be himself as Nelson playing the piano, because it was that getup that he had was really awful.
Oh, it was hilarious.
They didn't want to associate me with the Woods combo or play the piano, so that they had to make it a different character. So
we didn't want Nelson to be seen, and so we had to change what your appearance looked like, because you couldn't be Nelson and be playing the piano. But now you are playing. Now you are playing the piano. So anyway, all right. After 4 years in this episode, who's having fun? One at a time. Okay.
Absolutely having fun. And I think, as Karen mentioned, the fun part is going to the grocery store or some other place and people saying to you, "Oh, I know who you are. I've seen you on the TV." And so that's always really fun, because that doesn't always happen when you're in a play. It might happen at the time of the play, but this is sort of an ongoing thing that keeps happening. And and so we've just had a good time, and we've kept it loose, and it's been really wonderful.
Is anyone else having fun? Mary.
Yeah, I have a blast. We call them fan sightings when people tell us that they watch us on TV. So I was in line to go to the baby boomer dance, and this guy recognized me, and I was kind of surprised, because I always wondered, who watches this show? Would it be more women or more men, or any men? And he said, "No, this is how I learn how women think." I was like, "Whoa."
I love it.
A lot of men watch the show. A lot of men watch the show. They approach us here and there. I get some fan sightings too. And the other day I was coming out of the pool. I'm wearing a hat and sunglasses. I don't even think I look like me. And a woman looks at me and goes, "I know you." She watches the show.
Well, I had something very exciting happen to me. I went to a gathering and someone asked me my name. And thanks to PJ, my name is now larger when you see the credits. And I said, my name is Cheryl Stritch. And they go, "Oh, are you one of the writers for Tales from the Woods?" I'm like, "Thank you." By the way, PJ is our new producer. He's been with us for two episodes. And hey, PJ, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, I've been around the TV and film industry since I was probably 4 or 5 years old, thanks to my dad and mom. Yeah, I came into this show about 2 years ago, and but I was just helping out. I would help set up lights, run camera when Dave DeSantis was the original producer, and then he went on to go do different things, and I stepped in, and it's been a ball. I've had a great time with all y'all. It's been great to spend a lot of time with you guys and bounce around ideas. And I think one of my favorite parts of when I'm putting together the show is I've only done technically one episode, but last show was putting together the blooper scenes. It was so much fun. It was so funny. It was a great time.
Well, what was the best blooper from that show? Come on.
Yeah, it really was.
Teddy, where is Teddy? Why isn't Teddy here? Teddy's been on the show since the beginning.
Oh, Teddy is right beside me. And I can show you what's going to happen when I ring the doorbell. Watch what happens. It didn't work. The doorbell scene doesn't work. Whenever we ring the doorbell at my house, the set is at my house. And whenever we ring the doorbell, he didn't do it this time.
The best blooper that PJ is being too polite to talk about, the best blooper was, we were filming a scene outside behind the house, and Teddy was walking in and out of the scene, which is fine because he's in the show. And on the corner of my eye, I see that he's relieving himself behind us. And I'm trying so hard not to laugh, and then PJ just lost it. So it was very funny. Well, a lot of times when we're writing also is where we think the scene is going to go, and then where the scene does go are two completely different things, because in the middle of it, you go, "Oh, it shouldn't go that way. It should go that way." And a whole new thing happens for the character. Like Bobby becoming a very successful author after she's just been making bad choice after bad choice. She's all on a path to become a very successful author now.
Yay.
Not knowing that you were writing a book. We didn't know you were doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
It just Harlequin romances and Bobby seem to go together. I mean, her character would be the type who was all caught up in those kind of books. And the interesting thing with Harlequin is a lot of their successful writers just started out as fans and then started writing and got very well known. So we thought that was a great path for Bobby to go from a dingy Harlequin reader to a successful Harlequin writer.
Mary, in your character's fantasy life, what do you see happening?
Well, while you were gone, Cheryl, I actually brought up the idea that I'm less bitter and possibly I could meet a man.
Okay.
So, yeah, I do have fantasies, but I don't know if we should say those on TV.
Maybe not.
But it's the thought that counts.
I was trying to get a picture of Teddy. He absolutely does not want to participate. So
Bad puppy.
Normally he's always there too. That's what's so funny about Teddy.
Well, Teddy
He
is
just
very
wants
good.
more money.
He was very good during rehearsals, but then as soon as the camera starts going, he takes off. For instance, the time that we had to have him come fetch or something, we practiced, and every time he fetched it, and then as soon as the cameras were rolling, he took off.
We wanted him to chase the ball that day.
Right.
I
That was it.
threw the ball and he stood there and looked at me like, "What?"
Right. So,
Cheryl,
anyway.
I just wanted to say how proud I am of you and Sharon. How you guys work together on the writing of this. I'm just so impressed because I've tried writing and it's a difficult process. And the fact that you guys come up with these fun shows every month, I'm just very grateful.
Oh,
and to everybody in the cast.
Yes.
thank you.
You.
You know, when you come to the village, you find out all kinds of things that you didn't know about yourself. And you expand, you have so many talents that you never even knew you had if you just get out there and try something. And it's
I used to joke
really a
about
lot
myself.
of fun.
I used to joke about myself that my writing ability was in 30 and 60-second increments because I used to write radio commercials. And so I didn't think I could write
And
anything.
look at
longer.
you now.
And I want to say thank you so much to all of you because it's so much fun working with you and writing for you. I never knew I could do something like this, and it's just been a blast for me.
Well,
And
I
I
hope
love-
Adelaide comes back so I can find out what happened to the neighbor.
Well, you know,
Lauren, have you been busy checking her out?
Oh, yes. I'm
We always
doing
bring
due
people
diligence.
back.
Don't worry.
we always seem to bring people back sometime or other. So don't worry, we'll get you, Evie. Anyway, it's been great. I love working with all of you. I look forward to our Monday rehearsals. I get a little tense before our shoots, but that's just me. It's just been really fun. So thanks, everybody.
Yes,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
For having, thank you for choosing my recipe.